Lich is going to be a good one to slow him down, slow the game down a little bit, and that buys more time for your Dragon Knight, Lifestealer, and Weaver to get up to farm. And as I say this, I mean, this mid game, if iCCup gets an okay start, is going to be very dangerous for Alliance. However, if Alliance is able to get the early game, iCCup's going to have trouble.
Right. We called it greedy, but let's keep in mind, Dragon Knight, Lifestealer, Weaver, it's not like they picked Spectre, Anti-Mage, God, I don't know, Medusa to just leaven it a little bit. Yeah, there's the Rubik. Definitely, I think definitely, as long as... I don't know, I don't like this Lich pick, honestly, Sheever. I don't like it much at all. The idea is that Sacrifice is very strong here, but Chain Frost against an army of illusions... Chain Frost when you don't have an army of illusions and Rubik steals the Chain Frost and dumps it on your team's face?
I think iCCup thinks about it in a different way, because of course Shadow Demon is brilliant up against the Phantom Lancer when he's a bit bigger. But iCCup, with the Lich, they draft to just, you know, if it comes to late game, they're probably going to have a tough time regardless. And their draft is just to make sure that it doesn't get that far.
But then, you think Lich is going to be able to help them do that? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I think he can, depending on, like, I'm expecting an aggressive try-line from these teams, especially because they picked up the Weaver, depending on, with Jackal on the Weaver, so I'm thinking aggressive try-line for iCCup. If they are able to slow down that Phantom Lancer enough, I think they have a good chance. And they are going to have that aggressive try-line up against the safe try-line of Alliance, and even though the Rubik is there as a hero that can save a target very easily, there is enough burst and slow and everything up on iCCup to still make the life of like, even if they lose the aggressive trail lane, it doesn't matter that much if Jackal at least gets free from, as long as they slow the Phantom Lancer down and don't feed kills.
I would mildly prefer Jackal in the tri lane, mag solo safe, but it can go either way. I see what you're saying. Jackal has gone the early Ring of Protection, so I suspect that means that it will be Jackal in the tri lane. But it can go either way. I just feel like even with the Lich slow, it's going to be hard to get Lifestealer in range for open wounds. And if you don't land open wounds, you don't win the fight. I like the idea of going for a First Blood. I think they have the superior First Blood lineup. But Alliance, I mean, they know that. It's almost a bad thing to take a good First Blood lineup if you really want First Blood, because the other team will just be like, hey, they are probably going to go in our jungle.
Yep.
They do get some wards out of it.
Yeah, it's nice. They already have an aggressive ward on the bottom lane as well. And let's see who's playing what. So Resolution, no surprise that he will be playing that Dragon Knight in the mid lane for iCCup, who is on the dire side for this game. We've got Jackal picking up an illusion rune as he moves towards the top lane, while he'll be solo farming it up. We'll have ourselves a support that comes with him for now. By the looks of it, we just Zig. He follows Jackal on his Visage, and that means that we have two dual lanes. Mag will be on the Lifestealer, and this Lifestealer lane with Lich being played by Always Wanna Fly is only there to try and slow that Phantom Lancer down. They don't really, I don't think they mind if they don't get that many last hit on Mag, but yeah. Ooh, look at
they're gonna have to rotate.
Yeah, they're gonna rotate.
Because, yeah.
That guy.
This was smart if it was the try bot, but now that they see that it's not, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So, was that all of iCCup? I think
that was all of iCCup, yes.
Alright. So looking up towards Alliance, right now it's Admiral Bulldog going off 1v1 against Mag in the bottom lane on the Nature's Prophet, his second most famous hero. We're upgrading time by time. And then S4 in the middle will be piloting the Puck against Resolution's Dragon Knight. And then that just leaves the aggressive tri-lane EGM on his, world-famous Rubik, very nearly undefeated Rubik since the patch. And then Lotus on the Phantom Lancer and Akes on the Keeper of the Light. So this is a lineup that I think a lot of people don't like to see. There's this perception that this combo is incredibly strong, maybe even overly strong, but the combo is actually not tremendously effective. It's 47% win rate. Of course, that's over all teams. Alliance, they generally have a better win rate with every combo than their average team. Jackal in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's actually, the Sentry Ward got placed down. He is able to get himself away, but that was close. Like, I just thought, okay, harassment comes out, won't interrupt you, he'll be fine. But wow, that was a bit more troublesome than I thought he was gonna go for. But Loda now might be in some trouble. We just Zig there also. There's no doppelwalk up on Loda, and they know that because Alliance was there. And this might be First Blood Illuminate. We'll fly through Jackal. Will be going down. Aki with the kill. We just Zig still wants Loda. Might give his life for it though. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet trying to. Oh, nice block. That's gonna be Always Wanna Fly down. Double kill going the way of Aki. Triple kill going the way of Aki's Keeper of Light. In comes... Oh, Jackal, don't do this! That is gonna be another death for the Weaver. Oh my god, they just got 4-0 on the top lane in the 2-minute mark, and this is a disastrous start for Alliance.
5-0.
5-0. S4 might actually die for that. There he goes, but that's still worth it. That is still worth it, and that is that trial lane not working out. And the greed of iCCup, we talked about this during the pre-show. They're good at counter initiation, not that much at rotating. And the counter initiation, I mean, they were the ones to initiate, and we know that Alliance is good at counter initiation, maybe even a little bit better. They counter initiated, and they got themselves a couple of kills.
It was just frankly a straight. It was. I won't equivocate about it. It was a mistake for iCCup to try to take that fight on Dota. You have Grave Chill first Visage, so as long as Keeper of the Light lends his Illuminates, you neither have any way to punish his Illuminates, nor really any way to avoid them once you funnel yourself into this tight choke point near the secret shop. And your Lich is not tremendously effective yet. Like, Lich at level 1 is not going to contribute much to that fight. You're banking on the Weaver just being able to press heavily on a slow target with Grave Chill. It was an error. They also discounted the fact that Bulldog would be able to come in and mop up, like we were talking about, and that sets them. I don't want to say they're incontrovertibly behind, because they're not, frankly. It's 5 kills. It sucks, but you grit your teeth and you move on. But the psychological impact of it is going to be immense.
Yeah, and on top of that, of course, iCCup can probably not be as aggressive as they might have wanted to be here on this top lane, purely because of level difference. Oh, Jackal gets a lance, gets it. Oh, that might be another kill. Tries to run away, will be able to do just that, but won't be able to come back to the lane unless always want to fly. Oh, he actually has a salve. That's very friendly of him. But look at the level difference. It's so big. Level 2 on always want to fly, and we just zig. And the supports of Alliance are already level 2. Illuminates will fly again, and it actually hits only we just zig. That's, I guess, a good thing for iCCup. But
this is also really intelligent laning. It's not just execution from Alliance, it's actually also strategy. The laning outsmarted iCCup, frankly. iCCup were expecting. With Keeper of the Light PL, Rubik, you think, well, you know, their only damage is Illuminate, and they need XP, so there's no way they go aggressive against us. We can just... Whoa, is it lag?
That's lag. Yeah, I got disconnected as well. So that is Dota 20.
Well, I guess I'll finish my thought while we try to reconnect to the game.
Okay.
No, I don't have to. It wasn't an important thought.
Well, server is unable to be found or something?
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not great. Just checking if others have it too. I would assume they have.
Well, it's stuck in the front chat.
Yeah, you check?
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Loda just made a displeased face.
Where?
In the lobby chat, you.
Oh. Oh, hey. Maybe remake. Yeah, we're gonna remake.
Mag is like, maybe remake? Do
well, we're gonna load a game. So we are gonna load a game, and there's no game left to reload to. So that brings us back to do the panel for a second. Let's see who the other panelists are actually here. They might actually be hanging around, so that we can have ourselves a little bit of a chat about the game while we, of course, wait for people to come back. And wow, someone took my slot. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Panel.
So, Kness is back. Kness is here. So and there's more people. Look at that. And Kness is gone. Okay, that was fast.
Okay, we're probably gonna restart pretty soon. But I guess we can get one Kness comment in. Kness, talk about the game. Was it like a laning error, or oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had you unmuted in VC. I didn't realize.
Oh, there he is back again as well. Everybody is here.
But I didn't realize we were going to talk in between. I muted it.
What? I'm here.
I
What?
think we
Huh?
are gonna have this time. Kness,
So,
What? Who? Huh?
is there any hope?
Mag wants a remake. I don't know if that's going to go through.
I think
Alright,
we're trying to start a
alright.
load. And we already tried, by the way, so just hold on, see if the servers from Dota are up. But yeah, in the meantime, what's up with the game, Kness? What do you make of it?
I just don't know why they tried to go like that. Most visitors get Grave Chill at level 1. It is the better skill at level 1 for most purposes, but you don't have any damage if you grab that level 1, obviously. So they didn't really have a way to kill anyone, and then they tried to kill someone. and everything just kind of went to hell from there. And then for some reason, Jackal upon respawn immediately went back in when the rest of his team had already died and just fed another kill. So I think it's just maybe they're playing a little shaky. If they're just nervous about this trialing, they're really caught off guard maybe because they aggressively trialing the fan lane. So like you were mentioning Vykromond, I don't know. It's
by the way,
really,
leave
really
the game
questionable.
again for K-pop and Vykromond. We're leaving the
Come
lobby.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Oh gosh, fantastic.
Hang on. I haven't rejoined yet, so don't start.
Yeah,
Okay.
coming in. Waiting for K-pop.
I'm in.
Okay. Phew.
K-poptosis is in.
That was
I
fast.
think we're good.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fast. Oh, we didn't actually load.
No, we had a captain's mode draft, so we just had the full remake.
It's too funny.
Sorry.
But yeah, what I think happened in that game was the K-pop curse. Me and Vic were like, yeah, the
curse.
Keeper of the Light Phantom Lancer combo. It's not that good in lane. It's overrated. And then they get 4 kills in the lane, or 3 kills in the lane. Once on Jackal again.
The 2v3 would have been fine, is the thing. That's what they were feeling. The Lifestealer fears Rubik, Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer, not at all, if the lane is pushed to his tower. If the lane is under the tier 1 Radiant bottom, Lifestealer is screwed because Rage isn't long enough to get him back, so he dies. But if it's close to his tower, which Lich ensures, Lifestealer is going to get levels, and he's actually going to last as well as the L is. But Alliance knows that. You can't count on outsmarting them lane-wise, and the try doesn't, it straight up doesn't give them, especially after what happened.
I agree. Let's
I
see.
don't know.
We still don't have a load. Oh, we have a
No,
load.
this is
Never
a
mind.
load, I
We
think.
have a load. That means that we are going to have ourselves the game back. So, wave goodbye to K-pop and Canals because we're going to get ourselves back into the game. Here we go. And we are back on as... Well, that load went from the 4-minute mark. It is still 5-1. I don't think we missed like that much.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
So
That's all that
almost
we missed.
nothing.
That's doable. Yes. Let's hope that the servers this time hold.
It saves on the minute every minute, so the fact that we got disconnected at 4:10 was actually great.
Yeah.
Nice, really nice dodge there of the Illuminate. 2 players going east, 1 player going west. The problem is it's going to be constant bullying from Alliance at this point. Oh, we're missing a wave, I guess.
Yep.
You can't do anything
But we're
about
missing
it,
that
honestly.
on
That's
both
just how
sides,
loads
right?
work. Yeah, we're missing it on both sides. And we missed an item pickup, I think,
Class.
but that's life.
Self. Oh, the self was ticking at the time, maybe.
Oh, yeah. But again, these are... Until Valve fixes the way loads work, these are
Yeah. Ooh,
Issues that
S4.
we
It might be
can't
some
fix.
trouble here. Resolution. Can he get something done? Dreamcoil is going to be there, though, and that's going to be S4 safe. Maybe Resolution not so safe because in comes Bulldog, and Resolution will end up going down. Haystrew not helping out, and Bulldog gets himself another kill to the board. Adds himself another kill to the board. Good pickup, bit overextension from S4. He could only have done that if he had more mana, so he should have known that it wasn't safe for him, or it wasn't worthy for him to go there.
overextension from Resolution, you mean?
Yeah.
He actually had the mana. It was cooldowns that let him down. He didn't have the second Dragon Breath to finish S4 off.
I didn't have mana.
It's tough. I mean, with that Nature's Prophet, you have to always calculate. Can I win this fight? Yes, maybe. Can I win this fight if a Nature's Prophet comes in the middle of it?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Probably not.
Usually no.
In the meantime, I mean, Weaver is not doing too hot on the top lane, right? So then you have to
No.
know, like, you have got 3 cores in a way. So you have to at least get a win somewhere. Mag on the bottom lane is doing okay-ish, but is not really winning his lane all too much. Same thing goes for
he's doing
Resolution, who died twice. But he is the same point of last hits as Mag is. I guess, I mean...
I'd say that
oh, Nature's
Resolution and Mag are actually doing pretty well.
No, wait a second,
5
I was
last
gonna
hits a
fly
minute.
in some trouble. Jackal as well. Illuminate will already clean out 1. That is gonna be Jackal going down as well. Double kill again. This keep
Yeah.
Aki is 5-0-1.
This is disgusting, keep it alive play.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the early levels helps, because if you hit 3 before the opponents hit 2, the opponent supports, you almost become like a mini Nyx, like you're dealing too much damage for the other team to have to respond to. I was gonna say, I think Lifesteal and Dragon Knight are farming very well, or well enough. It won't matter though, they're not even going to get to the mid game at this rate. They have to somehow stabilize, and they have to stabilize hard. S4 looking to gank Mac, I don't think he can do it. He doesn't have the mana.
He does have a Dream Coil, but TP out from Mag should be enough. No!
Oh, telekinesis, he's got
Hello, EGM. Telekinesis Orb and kill. Rubik with the last hit. Always when a fly comes in too late to help out his teammate. Oh.
Yep.
For a second there,
Bad
Nature's
call,
Prophet
Vykromond.
was thinking about TPing in. But yeah, Lions.
I didn't see
on
EGM
fire.
rotate over. Yeah. There's not too much you can say about this. It's in the first game, I feel that iCCup looked, if not the equals of Alliance, at least in the same playing field. In Game 2, Alliance is making them look a little like chumps, for better or for worse. Not that they are chumps, just that they're having a tremendous amount of difficulty dealing with a team that knows how to use advantages that is substantially out-leveling them. That's what it comes down to this early, is like levels. And if you just look, every position except Bulldog has substantially better levels.
Yeah. What do you think that iCCup needs to do to do some damage control and still be in this game?
The thing is that Lifestealer has to hit at least another item to actually be able to fight a lot. So play very cagey. You see Jackal actually pulling and jungling a little bit as Weaver. I think this is the right call because this is the most defensible position he can strike. You're down to 2 cores and a Weaver is going to be super underfarmed, but that might not be the end of the world. Resolution, if Resolution and Mag build extremely efficiently for good early game items, I think the 2 of them can maybe stabilize things and create some space for Jackal later. So you've lost 1 lane, period, and your supports are going to be under-leveled, period, but try to win the other 2 lanes. You see, always want to fly, rotate into the mid. This is to win the Dragon Knight puck. And all else being equal, Lifestealer will win his lane too. So they've sacrificed 1 lane and trying to keep control of the other 2. This is the right decision, actually.
Yeah, and I actually think, like, of course the tier 1 tower went down on the top lane on the side of iCCup. It might not even be that bad, because as the lane pushes in, I don't think that's where Aki and Loda really want to start farming, because it's just, you know, you are ahead, but how much do you actually want to taunt it out of iCCup to just try and gank them? But at the moment it's working okay, I guess. They have got that sentry ward still there, so they look okay. And we actually have a smoke up from iCCup, and they're going through the bottom lane, and they're looking for EGM and, of course, Admiral Bulldog. Let's see how far they can get, and if they can actually get something done. They kind of need to get something done to not waste time here, and they're not in a position to waste time at this point of the game.
Right. They can kill EGM, I don't see why not, but it's not enough.
Oh, that's a rage
Oh,
stolen.
rage.
That is a Rubik that is level 7, still taking a ton of damage though, and will end up getting picked off. TP incoming, Dragon Tail S4! He goes down before he can land the Dream Coil. Brilliant play by iCCup, and nobody dies unless Jackal dies to a tower, but it looks to be okay. The double damage of Resolution helping out, and oh my god, that Dragon Tail was just... we know Resolution is a good player, but that was lightning fast because we know exactly what S4 was gonna do. Dream Coil, Orb.
Fast fingers.
Yep. Fast fingers are what you need in Dota, and he has them.
That was really neat. S4, that was a little bit more of a risk than I feel you need to take when you're as ahead as Alliance as early. So he did kind of give his delicious puck to iCCup to feed upon, and they get a tower trade. Not a favorable tower trade, but any trade for them is good at this point. So iCCup, I'm not going to say that this is like comeback mode yet, but it is what they needed from a 4-person rotation. 1 kill in 1 tower is almost like, was it worth it? But 2 kills in 1 tower, including on the mid, including on the highest level on the map, yes, that's worth it.
Yeah. Wow. Dragon still on a creep
Last
can. Yeah.
It's actually really cool, because he was going to go back anyway, his bottle is out of charges, so the Dragon Tail was to ensure he could get the last hit before the next tower hit, and just leave.
Yeah, one thing is kind of worrying though with the trade that they did do. A tier 2 tower down, I mean, like you said, they need to at least trade something to get some gold. It's like your opponent's already ahead anyway, so you know it's better for you to get some gold and your opponent gets more ahead, but you need your core items to be able to fight back anyway. But
Sure.
up against the Nature's Prophet and the Phantom Lancer, which are probably 2 of the higher split push heroes that there are, it is so risky to lose your tier 2s, because one fight, if iCCup fights somewhere and Bulldog is able to get himself some free space while that fight's going on, that top tier 3 tower will take some pressure and might not go down straight away, especially not since the levels, of course, are not that high. But Admiral Bulldog right now can already start split pushing so much earlier than he otherwise would be able to, that it's kind of scary for iCCup.
Yeah, and he's got level 4 treants, so it's not like he can't use the treants to good effect. The other thing I like about Alliance, they know what iCCup's strategy here is, which is to do damage control in the other 2 lanes. So not only are they clearing out the top lane...
We just dig is gonna go down. Boom. He is dead. No real surprise. He just wanted to place a ward. It was so close, but everybody stood standing there. So
They,
yeah.
iCCup desperately want to counter ward their jungle because right now Bulldog has completely taken over. He's just running this triangle route through the jungle. Nature's Prophet isn't so high level yet that he can clear this fast enough that he needs more camps, which is actually good because he's like a permanent. You've got a permanent 2 wards and a Nature's Prophet hanging out in the area where Weaver would be farming. Because I said like Weaver's going to try to jungle a bit, and then the other 2 lanes. Alliance, they're seizing control of this area of the map, and then as they push into the mid, you're going to see iCCup locked to one tiny lane and maybe the Radiant jungle, which is very dangerous.
Yeah, and look at that that ward there on the high ground, by the way. That sentry ward
Yeah.
on the top lane.
They can't counter it.
It doesn't scout the observer. It doesn't see it.
It's...
No.
Wait, what?
It doesn't see it. Press F3.
Haha, that's funny, you're right.
That's kind of sad. There's a smoke up, by the way, for iCCup, so they're trying to look for a fight on bottom, but Loda already noticed it. He gets dusted, though, but he is fast enough to get away, or is he? There are, of course, 2 slows here coming up from iCCup, but yeah, he's not going to be fast enough to get there to actually put the slow on, and iCCup kind of wastes a bit of extra time while...
I wouldn't...
Well, Jackal trying to still be farming a bit, but...
Yeah.
Well, let's go slow.
I wouldn't mind the slow on Dust being upgraded a little bit. I actually really love the idea. It's made Dust a much better item. But I wouldn't mind it being more than 10. I just feel like Icefrog started it at 10 because this is like a new thing, so who knows if it's going to be secretly OP. The 2 things I want with it are more movement speed reduction, and it layers over speed up effects. So it's horrible against Clinks and Weaver because their percentage movement speed takes them to max movement speed and the Dust doesn't do anything. So if it layered over those effects, I think it would be great.
Yeah, one thing that I want to just point out, because of course we know that Alliance is at an advantage. Just a recap real quick, 4k advantage for Alliance, 2k advantage for Alliance in terms of experience. The first one was gold. But the support levels, we already saw AGM, I mean he's now level 8. We have a Keeper of Light that's level 7. But on iCCup it's level 4 and level 5. That's so sad, especially... because Visage need those birds to be able to be powerful in team fights. Wait a second, we just Zig trouble. He will stay level 4 because he dies. Nature's Prophet with the kill steal with his Nature's Wrath. But yeah, he needs his familiars, and Lich kind of needs his Chain Frost. I mean, it did get buffed. It makes a lot of difference in the fights. Of course, makes a little bit less difference with the team he's up against. There's gonna be illusions, there's gonna be Treants, and that will be tough for him to land a proper ulti. But it's still gonna be an important factor to just note which are actually the illusions and which aren't.
Right. I just want to say also I support that kill steal. I think it was the right choice for Bulldog because, in my opinion, getting Nature's Prophet farmed quickly in this game lets Alliance close it and not allow iCCup to do something tricky and try to get back into the game. Because Nature's Prophet becomes a scary split pusher long before Phantom Lancer does. So it's not so bad to actually have him steal some kills and get really high net worth really fast, because iCCup won't have a great anti-push. Here they go for Loda. I think they can get this, maybe.
Yeah, Infest out, and that's the illusion's gone. Dust is there. Nice pickup. And that's we just Zik, an extra level to his name. Nice pickup for iCCup for sure. Definitely worth the dust used. And the time used as well. Good pickup. Yes.
Oh, poor always won't fly.
Yeah, he's dead. He's level 6 though.
He can't find the frost. Do you see that triangulation that they did on him, where he can't frost because any one person will only have 1 bounce? That was neat.
Delta split.
Delta split, man.
A preemptive delta split, rather.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the best kind. You don't want to have to do it afterwards, because there's a slow on Chain Frost. Like, it becomes harder and harder as it's bouncing.
Yep. So, iCCup trying to make something happen here in the Radiant jungle. I like this, because their own jungle is totally not safe to be in. So they're just trying to farm a bit up. They're, of course, only 2 towers behind, actually. And towers make a big difference, normally. So iCCup, if they just get 2 more towers, they get themselves some extra gold. And I wouldn't mind seeing them try and split push. Maybe even sacrificing 1 hero so they can get a tower. Because that gold going to those supports is going to be very important. You need those core items. Because, I mean, it's going to take... Well, it's just maybe a bit of wishful thinking from my end, actually. I don't know.
It's gonna be tough for them to take more towers.
And iCCup just waiting it out. Oh, another infest out. Maybe they got EGM here. That's a good pickup. Again, they got a kill, but in comes Alliance. S4 coming in first. That's gonna be silenced up on Jackal, but he still was able to get himself his time lapse or Shakushiov Mag already get himself out, gets himself an Invis rune, really nice. Jackal hanging around there, I'm not sure why. Oh, they wanted to maybe try and... Nah, they won't be able to save Weejazik. That's gonna be Weejazik down, and Lifestealer was able to catch Nature's Prophet. They still went back for someone, while S4 was somewhere else, so they made a good trade. Again, this is what iCCup needs to do. Pick off these heroes when they least expect it, because they are so far behind, or at least they probably feel this far behind, that they... Or Alliance is not expecting that kind of movement, because they are that far behind, but it's working out for them, for sure. Is the gold graph bugged?
It's probably post. It's post load.
Okay.
This is actually correct. The gold has been fairly stable since the load, but Alliance were already at 3,000.
Okay. So yeah, but this is iCCup, even with being definitely
keep
behind.
in mind, like, sorry. Yeah.
Well, with being behind, they are able to keep it even. So imagine what they can do if they get themselves some extra gold. Yep.
That's a good point by K-pop. But yeah, just to quickly talk about the graph for just like 10 seconds. You see that it ends at 13:55. It's because of that differential time for the load.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So the thing, iCCup is trying to drag themselves into the mid game, so one way or another. They're more than willing at this point to sacrifice Visage again and again and run him into the meat grinder because he's already so behind on levels that he's not going to be relevant for a while. They'd love to get him 6, but it's okay to trade him for a big hero for Mag. Because you see Mag actually now, he had those good last hits early. He's now 2 levels ahead of anybody on the map and has Armlet. You see that he has to take very risky farming decisions and maybe he gets punished here. But in general, I like this approach. He's gonna die. Maybe.
Yeah, he is gonna die. Dream Coil is there, and it's also Loda that's around there. Armlet struggling might help him get another kill. Instead of it at least forces Admiral Bulldog there, which is also an okay thing to have happen. He just got taken down, but it required all 5 heroes to be there. It was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are gonna go down, then this is a good situation to go down in.
I agree, and they're not really coming back in any meaningful way, but what they're doing is trying to avoid the giant snowball where it feels like, okay, now we just push and beat you. And you can see just how efficiently they're farming as well, and how efficiently they're using the farm. Resolution, not even... I would actually like to see the drums, but he knows he needs BKB against Puck, so he's going that very quickly. Jackal, for the first time for his Puck in a while, Medallion is what he's building, and this is what you do on Weaver when you know you have no money. Medallion is the poor man's Dezo, and Jackal is the poor man here, so I like the Medallion pickup.
Yeah, and it also... we've already seen it work out when they went for ganks and just, you know, one target... You nuke it down, you run. And both Lifestealer and Weaver are very decent at running away, obviously. And sometimes they bring along Always Wanna Fly, so there's gonna be a Grave Chill, so to slow the person down that they're running away from after taking down one of his teammates. And it is working out. It might not be the most ideal situation, but then again, they're fighting from behind. You have to make some sacrifices, sacrifice some time to try and keep yourself inside this game. And we see the results already. Alliance... They're not too much in a rush anymore to start pushing because they know that the counter initiation from iCCup can still be quite dangerous.
Yeah, I think iCCup are dangerous in a heads-up fight, especially after the BKB comes off for the Dragon Knight. And of course, Chain Frost before Phantom Lancer is super high level. I mean, if there's not a lot of illusions on the field, it can be very consequential. Right now, though, Loda's PL illusion is just preventing Resolution from being able to farm the Ancients the way he'd like. That's definitely very annoying if you're this Dragon Knight.
Yeah. And of course, Loda himself, he's already got himself the Diffusal Blade. He's got 1800 gold to boot on that one. And he is... doing very well on the farm. I mean, of course, Alliance is still going to be ahead for their 3 cores in terms of net worth. iCCup, not that far behind as you might think, but still Weaver actually pretty far behind. That's tough. But yeah, that is a fairly farmed Phantom Lancer already, and it's still, I mean, I would like to say it's still anyone's game, but Alliance definitely are ahead by still quite a bit. But iCCup doing really good to keep themselves in this game.
It's not anybody's game, but a cross-section of the people whose game it might be does include iCCup.
Yeah. Awkward Sprout.
Yeah. He was... I don't even know. I mean, it was a tough timing, honestly. He was trying to catch himself, but not Lifestealer.
Lincoln! We just Zig tries to do something nice stuns, but it's still gonna be the Visage that dies. Open Wound's up on EGM, but he's able to Shakushi himself away in a rage. want to point out that he just shakushi'd himself away while raged. Thank you for listening. Yes, he did that. That's quite impossible, but awesome. Means
That is a pretty big deal.
That is a pretty big deal. Oh, who does that? Like, that means you had rage, use your rage, steal from Jacko, and then run. How cool.
Yeah, EGM is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Rubik, there's a reason he's, what, 1 loss on Rubik since the patch. Probably not going to lose this one either, although who knows? iCCup, again, this is just so mature what they've done. Like, imagine there are teams that these guys have been on before that would have GG'd by now,
yeah.
right? Like, Dare would have GG'd, I feel like. But iCCup are not, and honestly, they've made this a vastly more respectable game than it looked when it was 5-1.
Yes, 4-0, 5-1. Start of the game. We do have the BKB and resolution. Not yet used. And I think they're going to be saving it up for a smoke gank. I think that's going to be the right choice, but maybe they have to wait for that until their Lich is back up alive and it just got picked up. As 4